If a plane door blew out mid-flight and you were sitting next to it, would you get immediately sucked off? Phrasing. Airplanes have a pressurized cabin. You are not sucked off, you are blown out. The pressure difference between outside and inside is the problem. Paratroopers already have equal pressure between outside and inside, so all they feel is turbulence. If a door of an pressurized airline gets blown out, then also a lot of air gets moved outside pretty quickly, and with the air goes anywhere that isn't bolted or strapped down. So a passenger next to the door that's strapped in probably would have stayed strapped in despite the air rushing out the door. Depends on who is sitting next to you or how randy the flight attendant is. Well, considering the seats stayed in place, you would stay in if you were buckled in. Paratroopers are not sucked out because the cabin they are in is not pressurized. On a commercial flight, the cabin is pressurized to be equivalent to an altitude of 8,000 feet, which is a much higher pressure than you'd find at cruising altitude. It is that pressure difference which sucks things out of the plane. The debris flying through the cabin would probably beat you off first. There is definitely no time for that. Although you did say immediately. Maybe if they hurry. Yeah, if I'm lucky. I mean, what a way to die. I didn't think I'd die this way, but I'd always really hoped. That sounds kinky. Mile High Club, anyone? Haha has sucked off. Everybody's making jokes. If you weren't belted in, you absolutely would be sucked out, and this has happened before. If you are belted in, you are probably going to remain in the plane, but you could still suffer severe injury. There was an incident within the last couple of years of a woman who was belted in, her window blew out, and half of her torso was dragged outside the plane, but remained fastened to her seat, and she died from polytraumatic injuries. Edit. But just to try and put it in context, there was a flight going to Hawaii that had a very large section of the roof blow off. There was a flight attendant in the aisle who was able to stay in the plane by being held down by passengers. One can only hope. Inconvenient time to get sucked off. If the plane door blew out and I got immediately sucked off, I'd probably think I died and instantly went to heaven. You might be upon landing. I don't think any of the other passengers would be in the mood. The Boeing is one of the most popular planes in the world. Hundreds fly every day without any problems. The chance you get hit by a car on your way to the airport is like a 100 times higher. You wouldn't get sucked out if you're buckled in, but your clothing, jewelry, glasses might. You may also suffer ruptured eardrums. Run for Chunate titles. Beavis and Butthead. You ha 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 ha. You said sucked off you ha. I'd sure hope so.